Firstly, in Python, firstly we will learn how we will create model. But before going to creation or before going to create a module, we have to learn about the what is the modules here. So here in this section in this Python, a Python module can be defined as a Python program file which contain a Python code including Python function, class or variable. So what does that mean? Function, you have already learned how you will create a function in Python, and also the variable. What are the variable you are creating? This all about the local or global variables. We have already learned, but we have not learned what is the class. Although this one is not in your syllabus, but in advanced Python you will learn what is class. That means Python basically, like Java, it is a object oriented program. Okay, so here in this Python we can create class. What is that class? A class can have a unique name and the particular function. So if, and through that class we can create the object. Okay, and with the creation of the object we can develop many more features like inheritance, exception error handling. All those things we can create. But in your syllabus, class is not in your syllabus. We will not go for that one. So, what is module? Module in Python provide us flexibility to organize the code in a logical way. Suppose in your program you have created a method. All of you have learned about function in C, how you will create your user defined function. This is the same thing. uh, Suppose you are doing a function in your program, and it is the what is the function of the what is the aim of the function? To addition of two number. Okay, that means it will take as the argument of two number. Okay, not three. So in case of three numbers addition, you have to create another function for addition of three number. That will take as three number as an argument. Okay, but here you can you have to do what? You have to do the both of the case. You have to do both of the function. So same function you have to do for the third one also. But here you can use a Python. You can use the module in the Python, and through that module you can reuse your function in anywhere in your program. Okay, so first of all, how you will create your module. Module here in the Python. Python is a very simple language. Python, in this Python, when how we will create your module. Module means here is the file name, the Python file name. Suppose you can see this one is display message, print a message to the name being passed. What it does in this second line, they have created def. Def for what? The definition of the function. For creating a function in Python, you have to use the def. So what is the name of the function here? Display message. And what are the argument you are going to pass here? Only the name. When you are going to pass here the name, it will print as hi some ABC name. Okay, so this is the function. When you are saving your function with a file name like file.py, so that is this one file is the module of this program. Okay, so what is this? This one file, it is the module of this program. Through this module, we can access display message. We can access this function in anywhere our program. So how we will use? First of all, you can create the module. That means any name when you are saving your Python program, that should be the name as a module. Okay, and that module, how you will use in your entire program? By two statements. What are the two statements? First one is by import statement. Import means when some other file you are using in your current file, that means you are importing other file in your program. So in that case, you have to write the import. The previous program which was named as the file.py. So that means file is your module now. Now your file is your module. Okay, and it is the another file, and you have to import your current file. So in that case, you have to write import file. Okay, and second option is the from import statement. From import statement. So first import statement, the import statement is used to import all the functionality of one module into another. When you are importing other file in your current file, in that case, the other files function you can use in your entire program. Okay, so that is why it is written here. The import statement is used to import all the function of the module into another. Here we must notice that we can use the functionality of any Python source file by importing that file as a module into another Python source file. Okay, so this is the syntax. Syntax, it is the general form. What is the syntax? It is the general form. First of all, you have to write small letter import, then module. Suppose you are importing more than one module. So in that case, you have to import that module by getting by commas. Module 1, module 2, module 3, likewise. Okay. So here is an example. As you know, in the previous pages, it was the module was file. Now we are importing that file. Import file. Okay. So that means you are importing your module of file. Okay. Now how you will use that module function? Let's see. First of all, you are entering some name as a variable name. Okay. So that suppose you are entering from your keyboard, it is ABC. So that is why import enter name. So ABC. So ABC name should be your name. Now you are passing your name to the function of the previous module. That means in the file. So file dot display, because this one is the function of the file module. So you have to first write the module name like file. Here it is, the module name is file. File dot. Why we are writing this dot? By writing dot, you can take all the function, all the variables from the file. Here we are using file dot display message. It is display message is here the dot is indicating display message is under the file module. Okay, so file dot display message, and now you are passing your name. So that means the file what you have already imported, and that will display the name. So the output will be enter the name John. Hi John. Okay. Other the second number option is the from import statement. From import statement is what? Here in this from import statement, you can write, this is the general syntax. So instead of importing the whole module, suppose in this case, it may be happen that in your module, there are so many functions, but you no need to have all the function. Okay. Particularly function you want. Suppose in file module, there are 7 functions. If you import file, so that means 7 function you can use in your program. But it is not necessary that we need that all function. Because why? Because it will waste the memory, heap memory. So that is why we can we cannot use the all 7 function. So only the particular function we can use. So how you will import that function here? First of all, you have to write from. Okay, from, then after the module name, and what was the previous module is file. Okay, after that you can put the import function. Here import, second time you have to write the import. Okay, and after that the name of the function, then after that function name, another function name as well. Okay, so here in this case you can see calculation.py. In this case you can see summation, here is one function, multiplication is second function, division is the third function. If you use three functions, then in this case you have to write only import file, so that you can use any function from this three function. Okay, but if you only want the summation, so in that case you have to write what? From calculus, calculation, the previous module, that module name, the particular module name, here it is the calculation. So calculation, import, summation, only the summation. When you are importing only summation, you cannot declare any other function in your program. So only you can work with the summation function. Okay, so import summation, we don't need this other function, multiplication, division. Okay, so in this case they are entering two variables, integer variable as a and b. A can be 7, b can be 5. So they are printing the summation of ab. So they, in this case you can see in the print bracket they are calling the summation ab. This is the calling of the function summation ab. Okay, so what will be the output? If you put 10, 20, the summation will be 30. Okay. So the second question is that, second number is that using dir renaming module. You can rename also the module by writing import module name as specific. Suppose the module name, whatever the module name you have already saved that name, you can use. If you don't want to use that name, you can also do it by your own. The intended module name, suppose the file, you can write as f1, like that. Okay, so here you can see import calculation. Calculation is a big name, so in that case you can also write calculation as cal. Through the cal you can call the summation. Okay, so the output will be like this. So dir function, directory function, it will return all the function in the directory. If you write json, all the function, all the path, it will return. Okay, and reload function is the we have already stated that a module is loaded once regardless of the number of time it is imported in the Python source file. However, if you want to reload the already imported module to re-execute the top level code, so in this case Python provides us the reload function. Okay, so when you are writing, suppose you want to reload the previous imported module, so in that case you have to write the reload module name. Under the reload you have to write the module name. Okay, now this one is Python packages. What is a package? So up to this you have clear how you will write the module, how you will create the module. Okay, Now we will learn what is the package. So package in a Python facilitates the developer with application development environment by providing a hierarchical directory structure where a package contains sub-package, modules and sub-modules. Okay, so in this case, you can see this one is the picture, LMS picture, this one. Inside the LMS, you can see LMS here it is what? LMS here it is the directory. So first of all, I just want to tell you what is package. Package, in the package, through the package, you can reuse your application in your program by continuous importing the sub packages or sub modules. Okay, so here in this case, what is the package? Package here, inside the package, you can create your sub package, and inside the sub package, you create the module. So many module can create one package. They can be in one package, and it should be a sub package. If you collect all sub package, it can be a package, one package. So inside the LMS package, suppose this one is a LMS is a library management system. So in this library management system, so here LMS here it is nothing but a directory folder. This is nothing but a folder directory. So LMS inside the one folder, suppose you are giving the name as a LMS, one folder. Inside the one folder, you can create one, two, three folder. Okay, and each of the folder you can create a module. Module here is a file, details.py, check.py, add.py. Suppose if you are using this add.py, so in that case you have to import the package of LMS. Okay, and if you don't import this LMS, you cannot use this add.py. Okay, so this is package I'm showing you. I just stop sharing and share all my screen so that you can. Okay, now we will show one by one the program. So open. Today we will show you first of all how you will create a module. This is here you can see open another module. Okay, this one is a Python module example. Okay, so how you will create a module? Just you have to create one function in it. Okay, if you don't write any function, you cannot use this module in your program. Okay, so in the module, it should be a function. Here you can see def addition a b. So it will result a plus b and return will be result. Okay, this one is a module, and this module name is example. You can see example.py. So that means this module name is example. Okay, now we are using this module in our program. How? By writing import example. What was the example here? It is the module name. So example, then example dot add. You are passing this two number. Any number you can pass, but it should be number two argument. You can, if you passing number three argument, that it will not be accepted. Only you can pass here two argument, because here only A and B you have passes here A and B. So in that, if you want to send some other arguments, so in that case you have to write A, B, comma C. So in that case, three argument it can be accepted. Okay, now let's run this module. just a minute, yes. Just wait. Compiling error. Yes. Just a minute. Okay, another question I will just show you. Okay, when you are writing the package, how we will create that one, that should be the same thing here in this module. Okay, so first of all, you have to create a folder, like how you will create the package of this Python. Okay, so first of all, here I have created a folder. So folder here, it is the package. Okay, so cars here, it is the package. Inside the car, you have to write the module. Okay, so that means only one package using one. Here we are not using the sub package, only the one package is here. Using the one package, we can import the all files. Okay, so in this case, you can see in car package, we are creating this three file, like this one is, and this one is a it will print, these are the variable model of Audi. Okay, and second one is this one, it will print this message. So now how now you will see how this two module will import. And another thing is that you have to create one init file for creating a package. Without init file, it will not work. Okay, so how you will rename that init file? Underscore init underscore dot py. Okay, now car is our package, it is ready. Now we are creating another file. Here you can see this is another file, and inside this one we are importing the from car. You can see from cars. So how we are importing the file from cars? Import Audi. Only number one function, number one module we have imported, and number, suppose if I write only number one, delete, delete. So in this case, I will run this one. You can see these are available models for Audi. So that means Audi is imported here. Okay, Audi is imported here, and the function name is out models. This one is calling from the cars package from Audi module. Okay, second thing, second one, if I write here from cars import, that was BMW. Okay, and after that, first one is function for it was Audi, and second one we are going BMW dot out. Why I'm just writing the same, because the function names are the same. You can see here the function name are the same. Function name are out models, so I have to write the same function name here. Function name out model. Okay, so now we will run. You can see the both print message it is showing. Both messages are showing. These are available model for Audi, these are available model for BMW. So that means this is how we can import, and this is the same things you can import also the module, same. Okay. Now we will go for our next topic. It is module, has been completed. Now file handling. Now before going to the file handling, we have to come to this math module. In the math module, what is the math module? These are the two module which are in your syllabus. One is the math module. In the math module, there are so many methods. Math.acos, math.acosH, math.assign. These all are the method. If you are calling this method, you have to, before calling this method, these methods, you have to call the module first, math. Then after you can call this method. Okay. So these are the math module. And another module is that random module. This module, it is what are the functions here? What are the method here? SID, initialize the random number generator, get state, get random bit, get range, random integer, choice, shuffle, sample, random, uniform. So many functions are there. You can use only this function by importing this random module first in the top of your code. Then after you can use this method. Okay, so you have to go through this random and math module. Now we will come to this exception. What is exception? So exception, it is, an exception can be defined as a unusual condition in program. Why I am saying this one unusual condition, and why in which section the exception will stop us to run the program. Exception basically occurs your when you are compiling your program at the runtime. After compilation, when you are going to the state of runtime, that portion your exception can be caught. Okay, so exception means, suppose in your code there are some logically incorrect portions are there in your program, but you have not aware of this program, but your synthetically your program is right, so it will not block at the time of compiling. Compilation will be successful. Okay, because all the syntax are nice, all the syntax are very good, but the logic behind the concept can be the some difficult or some fault. So in that case, your program can be halt at the time of run. At the time runtime, your program can be halt. Why I am saying like that? Suppose you are going to divide some two numbers, a divided by b. Okay, so if you are divide a divided by 0, it can be possible, it cannot be possible, but this can be handled when your situation will come. In this type of situation will come, your runtime error will be given, your program will be halt. But this exception you can be handled by your own. Let's see how the common exception. What are the common exception we can ever see? Zero division error, name error, indentation error, IO error, end of file error. So these are the common exception in Python. So Python provides the name of built-in exception, but there are describing the common standard exception. A list of common exception can be thrown from a standard Python program is given below. Zero division error occurs when a number is divided by zero. Suppose you have created a function for division and you are passing two variables a and b. When your program is compiled, your syntactically your program is right, so it will not give you any error. But when you are passing these two variables, suppose for a you have passes 5, for b you have passes 0. So in that case, that value will be gone for the runtime. So when you are in the runtime, that when these two variables are being divided, so in that case it will give you 0, because it cannot be possible that a number can be divided by 0. So in that case it will give you the runtime error. So that error will give you so many things, some this error, some this line error, or this line error. So that error you can be handled by your own. So let's check. This one is a enter a and b. So as I have already tell you, these two number a and b have been given. So c equals to a divided by b. This is our concept. Concept is right. Print a divided by b. So it will be in the c. So hi, I am a part of the program. But when you are passing, here you can see enter a value, you have passes 10, fine. But when you are passing b as 0, so in that case it will give you 4-line error. You can see from this, I am just yeah, zoom that part. You can see trace back most recent call last file exception test.py line 3 in module c equals to a divided by b, 0 division error, division by error by 0. So this 4 line you cannot understand, or your friend cannot understand what is this 4 line. This 4 line you can handle by your own. In spite of 4 lines, you can write only 1 line. That this is not possible as the as division. It is not by 0. So this type of statement you can write in spite of 3 lines. How? So first of all, we have to go for the some step. What are the steps? Try exception. In Java also there is a exception handler. They are handled by try and catch block. So same things here. They are using only try and except, not catch. Okay, I am repeating, in Java they are using try and catch block, but in Python here it is used only try and except, not catch. So try is for what? So in what portion you can get the error, it will be in the try. Try will monitor your code, okay, and except will do if you got any error in the try block, except will take that error. Run this code if an exception occurs. An exception, through that exception, you can also give the your own lines. What I'm trying to say, this is the syntax of exception handling. Try, block of the code, then exception, exception 1, exception, exception 2. Suppose in the try block, if some condition is arise, then it will come for the exception 1. And if the try block, the other condition will arise, so it will give you the exception 2. Likewise, you can create, you can give more than one exception. Okay, let's take our example. Here in this case, you can see try a equals to integer input enter a and b. It is a, you can see the code, whatever the code it was for the division, that code is written under the try. You can see the indentation, try colon, then enter, and inside the try you can see all three lines have the same indentation, following the same indentation. So that means this all code are in the try block. Okay, and in the exception in the exception you can print can't divide with 0. That means exception, when you are getting some exception, this will print, and this is how you will handle your exception. In spite of giving 4 line, you can give only this one line, and through this one line you can get understood that what are the exception here. Okay, so in this, in the previous, you can see, in the previous, you can see the 4 line it is showing when you are dividing, you are trying to divide it by 0, 10 by 0. So it will show this 4 lines. But here in this case, when you are applying try and accept block, so in this case, you are showing enter it is 10, enter it is b equals 0. So you are trying to divide 10 divided by 0, so it will print only can't divide with 0. So this is called the exception handling. So there may be you can also use else block. Suppose your exception it is caught by here, it is caught by here, this can't divide by 0, then print exception. Okay, so that means print exception, class exception will be there. Okay, suppose in this case if no exception is there, so it will not go for this block, exception block, it will go for this else block. Hi, I am else block. Okay, division by 0, can't divide by, and it will give us the division, can't divide by division by 0. Okay, here you can see the exception. They are using the name of the exception as E. Okay, so the print, it will print the can't divided by 0, and the exception it will also throw the exception, the original exception. Okay, and these are the, if there, if some text file are there, if you're not trying to this text file is not opening, so in that case it will give also the exception IO exception file not found. Okay, multiple exception, you can use also multiple exception. Try and finally block. What is a finally block? So in this case, a Python provide, just a minute. The Python provide the optional finally statement which is used with the try statement. It is execute no matter occurs, no matter what exception occurs, and used to release the external resource. The finally block provide a guarantee of exception. Suppose in this block it can release all the resources. What are the resources? CPU take that resource. So in this final block, all resources will be released. So here you can see try, and it will always be run. It will always run. Suppose, let's see this example, try file pointer. They are trying to open the file2.text r, and after that they are trying to close that file ptr.close. You can see after exception, suppose this one will be throwing an exception, so in that case it will print error, but finally will always execute, and it will close that file, close that resource. Okay, that means release that resource. Otherwise, it will the processor will take more time to get execute. Okay, so that is why I am telling here the final block will always execute in your try and catch block, and it will release the all the resources. Here in this example, file has been closed. That means the resources are being released. Okay, so these are the exception. Okay, now we will learn how to create file. How to create file, how to write file into file, how to read from the file. I mean to say the .txt file or any other file you can also use here. So how we will handle file operation in Python. In Python, files are treated in two modes, as a text or a binary. So this one is the two modes they are using, text or binary format. So and each line of the file is ended with a special character. Okay. So what are the steps? Open a file, read or write performance, then close the file. Whenever you are opening a file, you have to close that file. You should remember all of this. So opening a file, how we will open a file in Python? File object equals to open, give the file name, then access, then buffering. So three arguments you have to pass. So what are the access mode? That means the middle mode, middle argument. They are R for it opens the file to read only mode. RB, it opens the file to read only in binary format. When your file is binary format, so in that case you have to write RB. R plus, it opens the file to read and write both. RB plus, it is for binary, for read and write both. W for it is for writing only. A WB, it is for the binary file writing only. W plus, it opens the file to write and read both. It is a different from R plus in the sense that it override the previous file if one exists, whereas R plus does not override the previous written file. So our W plus will do whatever you are going to write in the file, it will override the previous file. But in the case of R1, it will not. Um, it will just append your information to the file. Okay, so these are the two difference, but the working of this of this mode, both are the same. Okay, and WB, it is for the binary. A, it is for, it is open the appended mode when you are appending some text to the previous information in the file. So in that case you have to write a A. AB, it is for the binary format, and A plus, it is for appending read and write both. AB plus, it opens the file to append the read and write both in the binary format. So let's take a example here. File pointer. First of all, you have to write the file pointer. So the file pointer, you have to open the file. So there are the two arguments here you can pass, and the other argument buffering, you don't have to write this one. It is automatically take the default value. So file.text, and within the double quote it will give you, you have to give the file name file.txt for the text file, and after that the mode of the operation, it is the read file, read. So it should be in the double quote. So read if file pointer, so that means if file pointer is there, that means if file is there in your folder, so in that case print it will print file is open. So through this one we can search for the file only. The confirmation of the existing of the file it will give us. We are not giving any details to the file, or you can, we are not taking any details from the file. And if you are going to close that file, you have to write the a file dot close. Okay, file dot close. You can see in the same thing what I have already said for the exception. Whenever you open a file, you have to close that file by using the finally block. So here you can see with, why here it is written the with statement are introduced in the Python 2.5. So you can if you are using 2.5 or upper version, you can write also with. Okay, so how we will write this one? File pointer open, file pointer, here W is for the writing something into the file, so W. So what we will write here, file pointer dot write, Python is modern, this one, this line will be written in the file. You can see W, so that means you can only the file will be, only the lines will be added. Okay, then after you can see, if you are opening this one, file Python is modern, this all information will showing. So let's check a example here for the file. Open, I'm showing you. So yes, file writing. Here you can see I just want to change the name as tutu. Okay, then save. Okay, so first of all, file f equals to open, then put the file name, whatever the file name you are going to create. Then you have to write any mode of operation. Here I have written a for the appending some line into the text, and a is for the appending, so we have to write some lines here. So f dot write, now the file has more content, then after we have to close the file, f dot close. Now in the same program we are opening, trying to open that f equals to open this one file, then read. So if I write this one, now the file has more content. So let's check whether the file has been created or not. For that you have to go C drive, then user, then give the username wherever your Python has been installed, then apps data, then local, then program, then Python 39. Then you can see here demo file 22 text has been shown. In the text, now the file has more content. This is showing. If I am trying to run once again, So same lines will be appended. So let's check. You can see same line has been appended. Now the file has more content. Now the file has more content. So this means it is appended. Okay. So now we will file. So file we have understood how we will write a file, how we will create a file, how we will open a file. All those things we have learned. So another thing we have to show composition. Another topic, it is in your syllabus, it is a composition. What is a composition? So composition, I just want to open that file. Composition. Function. So what is composition here? I just want to tell you here, it is not showing here composition. So what is composition? Composition, it should have some two things. It should have two module or two, we can say the two class. If you create a one class or if you create a one module, okay, and you can use that content to other module. So that means if you are creating some other module, if you are trying to delete the previous module, so that means the content, the container module will not be execute anymore. Okay, so that means these are the composition of each of the one module is composite of other module. So here in this file, I just let's take our example. Through this example we can get clear. So here you can see the class salary. Okay, you can see the class salary, how we will create a class by writing class salary. Inside the salary you can see the two things is there. Definition underscore init. Init is what? Init is a constructor. Constructor, it is the constructor of the class, and after that here it is the function. So two things are there in the salary class. One is the constructor and another is the class. Second, in the second class, it is the employee class. One is the salary class, this is the employee class. In the employee class, you can see two functions are there. One is the annual salary, it is a function, and another is the init. So it is the constructor. So in the construct second employee, you can see in the constructor self dot pay equals to pay, self dot bonus equals to bonus. Okay, self dot object salary equals to salary. So what that means? Self dot object means here you can see only the things is that self pay here, and here is a self pay bonus. So it is accepting the two argument. Self, it is for the constructor. It is accepted two argument, and here it is accepted one argument. Okay, so in this case, self dot obj salary equals to salary. So obj salary, it is what? Obj salary, it is the object of the salary. Salary, that means the previous class. So it is defining this object as obj class. So object of the salary, it is obj class. So here in this employee, they are creating. Okay, so that means employee, it is dependent on the salary. It is composite of the salary. Okay, and after that, here annual salary, it is showing self dot objects class dot get total plus self bonus. So here you can see object salary dot get total. So what does that mean? It is taking the get total of the salary class. Get total of the salary class. If you passing 600, 600 will accept here, and 600 into 12, that means 7200 it will output. It will return the output here. So 7200 plus self bonus. Self bonus, it is the 500. 500 will added, and it will print the salary. Let's check. Let's see. 77, because 72 plus 7200 plus 500, it is 7700. So this is the composition. Okay, without, if you delete this salary, this employee will not executed. So this is employee is dependent on the salary. Okay, if you delete this employee, so salary will not, also not be created, because the object will not be created. If our object will not created, that means the class, it is invalid. Every class you should have to create the object. Okay, so this is the composition. So that means all the question we have all the syllabus we have covered for the Python for this semester. So your assignment is it is 18, 19, 20. Okay, all of you have understood? If you have any question, you can tell me. All of you have understood? Okay, okay, that's all for today. Thank you everyone.